Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to my 2019 New Year's resolution, Be the Change, where I broke up with fear, I broke up with shame, and I broke up with guilt. I'm going to get started by reading my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everyone who's watching me for the first time, and thank you. And welcome back to everybody who's joined me before and has been watching me. This was my 2019 New Year's resolution that I made out loud, that I was going to do a video once a week, every week for an entire year. And it is the end of August and I am still going, which I am shocked by, because this is the first time I've ever made my New Year's resolution commitment out loud, and this is the longest I've ever been able to follow it through. So it proves to me there is a power in sharing with others what I'm up to, and it helps me stay accountable. So thank you to everyone who's helping me do this and continue to do it. I couldn't do it without you, and your support means a lot to me. I talked last week in my video about being honest and how I think there's degrees of honesty, and that I was as honest as I could possibly be at the time. And if you guys did not get a chance to watch my videos prior, I invite you to go back and watch them. They're on Instagram TV, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, and they're on Twitter. So I invite you to go back and watch. But I announced that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, and I'm reporting it hasn't broken up with me yet. And I've carried this around for my whole life, and it's getting lighter, but it's still there. And last week I was talking about being honest, and I want to share with you guys a story about being honest. And I was not able to do this until after I got divorced. And after I got divorced, I had to take a hard look at myself and what I did, if I didn't want to repeat the same mistake again and carry this into the next phase of my life and the next relationship that I get into. And so after I left my ex-husband years ago, I had to admit to myself of what I did. And what I did was, I was a single mom with a 5-year-old, and I met somebody who loved my child. And I thought that would be enough. And I was afraid. I was afraid he didn't have a father. I was afraid of financially being able to support him and myself. And what I did is I entered a marriage out of sheer fear, and because I was afraid. And so what I did is I sold my soul for financial stability. And I could never, ever admit that out loud until now, but I did. And I think secretly I always wanted somebody to rescue and take care of me. And I got that. I did. And it felt really, really shitty. And what I did is I gave my power away for money. And it did not turn out like the happily ever after that I thought it was going to be. But what I had no idea is that God was waiting for me on the other side to figure this out. And every fear that I had was way worse than the actual outcome. And once I was able to admit and acknowledge my actions and what I did, that's when all the doors opened for me. That's when I got a connection with God, because I was so afraid and I had nothing else but to pray. And after that is when I wrote my first song. So I had no idea what was in store for me if I were to just let go instead of hanging on. So this fear, shame, and guilt has followed me for my whole life. And I'm learning to release it. And the only way for me to be able to release it is to talk about it. And I hope as I'm able to do this, it is going to help other people be able to talk too, because that's how I'm healing. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's watching me. And I've learned that nobody can ever hurt me more than I have hurt myself. So that is a powerful freedom. And I am so thankful for everybody watching me. So please stay tuned, and I will see you all next week. Take care.